Hello, hello. My name is Ghandi, and this is Quarantine Her. um, this is a cross stitch channel. Oh my god! And we talk about cross stitch and about projects and materials and everything in between. And yeah, this time first of all, I want to send you a big hug. Today is Mother's Day here in Mexico and in the United States. So yeah, it's a celebration that we have to have every day of the year, but yeah, today is special. So all my love to all of you, and I am hoping you are all well in your houses and taking care of yourself. All my love. Please stitch a lot. We have a lot of projects to follow, and yeah, a lot of things to do. So I was reading, this is the time that we know why we have all the stash that we have. This is the time for us. So yeah, I'm going to talk a little about my report of the week. I've been working in two projects, one in special, but I'm in love. And I was just recording my video in Spanish, and I start talking a little about the differences between patterns and charts, and how it's funny how we, not funny, it's interesting how we find different styles of patterns. I mean, we see a design, and we love the design, and we love the final project and the final stitching piece, but sometimes the type of pattern, it's something to think about. For example, I'm going to start with I have a few different patterns, so I can show you, or I can talk a little bit about it. First of all, let's talk about Hands Across the Sea. The beautiful patterns and booklets that Nicola offer, they are amazing, and they are a really special type of patterns. Her designs are, amazing. I love all her samplers, but the moment you get a booklet from Nicola, you are getting, a collectible item, because it's really really well done, and you have a few pages with history about the sampler, or about England, or the story of the sampler in particular, and you can have this. And then in the central part, you usually get a larger picture of the project, so it's always nice to have these references. And then if the sampler has specialty stitches, you have really large pictures of the specialty stitches. And let me show just a little. The chart, it's in color. I really love to work with charts in color, also in black and white, but it's nice to have this kind of quality, and with the colors in each page. And then you can have this bookmark with also the colors, so you can be working and having your color key. So yeah, the Nicola charts are amazing. So yeah, I love them. The quality of these charts are really good. So, and right now she has the option of PDF. So we've been talking about the PDF version for these charts, and even though she doesn't have these larger charts available in PDF, the small one like this from Jane Marshall, in a PDF version, are really nice to get. So yeah, the Hands Across the Sea patterns, I love them. They are really, really good quality. They are expensive, related to another type of patterns, but the quality is really, really good. You get a, you know, a little treasure with your pattern. So yeah, and then we have different types of charts. In this case, cooler classic charts, where we see, even though this is black and white, the chart is really, really clear, and you know, you have the feeling, as a stitcher, that a stitcher designed this, because it's easy to follow. The symbols are really, really clear. The lines for the back stitch is really clear. You have the part, you know, where the two pages match, so they are really, really clear, and it's really nice to work with this kind of patterns. So again, it's there are different types, but you find, you know, the really clear instructions, and yeah, they are very stitchers friendly. So yeah, I really like them. And then in the case of Mirabillas or Lavender and Lace, there are different type of format. In the case of Lavender and Lace, I have this one. Well, I have many of them, but for example, Nantucket Rose, you have, you know, the tag, and they came in a plastic bag with the picture, and it's printed in this yellow paper, but the symbols are really, really clear, and even though they are a little small, you don't have any problems with reading these symbols. The format came in a really large page, like this. So in my case, I have to make working copies. I put it in the other way, so you can see this is not really practical for a stitcher. You know, I stitch in hand, so I need to take copies of this and, you know, put it in a more accessible place for me to stitch, or I even, you know, take pictures of certain sections of the pattern so I can follow it easy. So yeah, it's a different format. The symbols are really, really clear. I don't have any problem with that, but with the presentation, I can stitch with this pattern or with these charts directly. I have to, you know, take care of the chart and you know, use working copies. And it's the same case with Nora, I guess, because it's Marilyn's daughter, but the format is pretty much the same. In this case of Fairy Moon, we have the picture of the chart. Many of the cases, the picture is not making justice to the beautiful, look at it, to the beautiful design. And in the case of Nora, you have these gorgeous envelopes. So yeah, but the format is the same. This really, really huge papers. So you can really work directly with this. I mean, you can work with this, but I'd rather, you know, take copies of this and or pictures of this and keep my patterns, you know, safe. So I don't really use the pattern for while I'm stitching. I, you know, use copies of this pattern, so I can keep my pattern in a good condition and working with working copies. So in the more recent Nora patterns, the size of the pattern is smaller, thankfully, and she printed from both sides. But again, you have these shading parts where the two pages are, you know, together. So yeah, but again, with this type of charts, I prefer to get my working copies in order to keep my charts, you know, in good shape. With the case of Rosewood Manor, it's also a booklet format, and with Karen, again, she's really well done regarding the patterns and all the explanations and notes and colors, and you can see that she's trying to make your work as a stitcher a lot easier. So yeah, it's they have a lot of information, and you know how you can use little sections of the whole pattern to make a biscornu or you know, a small stitchy piece. So yeah, I love the charts from Rosewood Manor. They are really clear, the symbols are really big. When you have to do specialty stitches, she show you, you know, with a graphic. So yeah, I love Rosewood Manor. Again, another chart that is designed by a stitcher, or you know, at least to help the stitchers. So yeah, with these little pieces or little designs, for example, from Katy Barrick, or you know, there are more accessible. So usually this is from Little House Needlework. Usually they came in just one piece of paper. So I'm going to put it the other way. So this is the whole chart, and I don't usually take working copies. I work directly from my chart, and they are really easy to use, and the symbols are really clear. And I mean, there are, you know, smaller designs, but nevertheless they are really well done. So they are very stitchy friendly. So I really like them. Another booklet type of charts are from Blackburn Designs, you know, this like compilation of works and of patterns, and they are really beautifully done. And they have these patterns, and I've been working with a few of them, and I usually take working copies, you know, to avoid any damage to the booklet, because they are so pretty. But the charts are great, and in this case the pictures and the exemplars are gorgeous. So I usually you know, take working copies for stitching my projects. But I love this type of charts or these presentations. So yeah, and always Blackburn Designs are amazing. So talking about another type of charts, we can talk about chatelaines, because of course with chatelaine you have this gorgeous work, and this is so intricate and have so many specialty stitches and beading and prettiness and gorgeousness, whatever. So the charts are also, how can I say, a labor of love. You know, you have to really pay attention to the chart. These charts are not always easy to follow, in the sense that you have to take care of the parts of the chart, to have like a plan and to really understand the chart. So they are not, you know, really easy to follow chart, because not because they are you know, doing because they are bad, but because they have so much information that you have to take really good care and really understand the chart. So yeah, usually with Martina, she we have originally all these patterns in the format of mystery, so each month you get one part of the chart, and of course now you can get all the parts in one in one chart, but that is the format that was originally created. So you have you know, little parts of each corner or of each area of the stitching. So yeah, you have to be really careful and just understand the way the pattern is built in order to create these beauties. And again, it's not because it's a bad pattern, but it's because of the difficulty of the design. So yeah, in case of Martina charts, you have to really pay attention and understand the idea behind every instructions. She did a wonderful job, you know, drawing the specialty stitches and with her instructions and indications. Sometimes you can get confused, but yeah, there's a lot of people who can help you. But yeah, it's a little tricky to follow the chatelaine patterns because of the difficult of the chart and the final product. And I can recommend that you get, if you have the option of a printed version, you better get the PDF version, because you can, you know, enlarge the file and print a different part of the chart, so it's easy to follow. But yeah, I mean, the results with Martina are amazing, and after all this year, we keep, you know, in awe and, you know, admiring the beauty of her wonderful designs and all the intricacy and the detail, and they are works of art because of her and because of her wonderful designs. So yeah, there are these different type of patterns. I need some water. I'm talking about a little tricky type of patterns and charts with Teresa Kogut. I have found that it's a little again a little difficult to follow her charts, not because they are bad, but you know, you get used to certain types of symbols and style in a chart. So with Teresa, there are different symbols, and the format in general, it's a little different and a little trickier. So yeah, I have found a little difficult to follow. I have this for example, this is work of art, and it's a beautiful Santa, but some of her symbols, and you know, it's, I don't know, it's kind of different from from another charts, so I find it a little difficult to follow. And even though it's a beautiful chart, I always find a little, you know, tricky. And right now with Newcastle, again, because we don't have the option of a PDF version for Teresa works, it's in this case it's a really large sampler, so the chart, it's, I don't know, somehow little, so I have to work with larger copies, and some of the symbols are very similar, so you have to, you know, like to train your mind to follow this type of pattern. So it's different. There are different styles of charts, so you try to get used to them because they are amazing. So but it's another of the good things in the PDF version. You can enlarge them, and you can print, you know, certain areas of the chart, so you don't struggle so much. And with the new programs and apps, you can, you know, use like Pattern Keeper and all these different types of helps, so it's easier. So yeah, some charts are really easy to follow, and some aren't. But the final result is the thing that matter. And if you have to struggle a little with a chart, the final goal is, you know, worth it. So yeah, just was a little talk about different patterns. And this week I haven't stitched much on my berry bowl, just, you know, the little green parts in this large basket. So yeah, I feel sorry for this because it's a beautiful chart. And in this case the chart was a little trickier too, because the bed twist, it's slightly different from the Scarlet House chart. And here she, well, no, this is bed twist size, and this is the Scarlet House part, and they use the same colors in both sides, but Beth used different symbols from the Scarlet House. So I put, you know, in my thread holders, I put 2 symbols for each size, so you have to be careful with that. And yeah, it was different. This aspect of the chart is different from this, so it was a little, you know, not much, but yeah, to be careful with those details. But the design is gorgeous. So yeah, you just have to put your big girl clothes and, you know, and stitch. And I've been stitching. There is a Newcastle beautiful sampler. It's really big, and I finished the outline border. So I'm stitching, you know, a little bit of the red flowers from the border, and then an inner motif, and then I return to another piece of red flowers, and then another motif. So yeah, I'm really loving. The fabrics looks a little lighter. It's more like this, yeah. So it's a really caramel color, and I'm in love with it. I can put it down. I'm loving stitching on this. It's so pretty. I will try to continue in the endless border, but I finished the beautiful butterfly slash moth, I don't know, and I start the basket, you know, talking about baskets. And yeah, I'm so loving this project. You know how you see really clear, true color. And let me take the picture. You can see in my butterfly how it's different from the original, because I changed a little bit the colors. So you can see the original butterfly, it's darker, and my butterfly it's lighter, but it's because of I choose different I'm not using the original flosses. I make a conversion, so it's not it's really visible in the butterfly. So yeah, but I love the red shades of my flowers, even though the colors are different. But yeah, we'll see how the birds look. I really hope to finish that basket, and I am struggling with the basket because I usually try to find you know a way to follow certain areas of my stitching, and I do it and then I return. And with this basket I can find a logic, so it takes a little more time, but yeah, it's the way I function stitching. So yeah, but I love this pattern. It's so beautiful, this design. The pattern, the chart could be a little better, but yeah, the design, I don't care about the chart. I would prefer if it would be a little different, or with a PDF version, but I don't care. It's so beautiful that yeah, you have to stitch it. So yeah, this is my work of the week. And I also this week received a lovely gift from a stitchy friend. Her name is Lily, and she asked me about my the charts that I like in Nashville, and she wanted to send me a gift of one of the charts. So she sent me a Quaker's Welcome by Lila's Studio, and it's so pretty, and I was so excited. I really was really emotional because she have this wonderful detail, and she just asked me, do you want a chart? I want to give you a chart. And oh my God, it was so nice of her. Thank you very much. And I was expecting the chart, but she not just sent me the chart, she sent me the flosses. So let me show you the flosses. Some of them are DMC, so she sent me the DMC, and some of them are fancy flosses, the flosses that I cannot get here. And I always get so excited with this type of materials because I usually make my own, but it's really nice to receive the call for flosses of a pattern. So I usually change everything, but in this case I was so happy that she gave me this full just not just the chart, but with the flosses. So yeah, thank you very much. And she also sent me soaps and I wish you could smell them. They smell delicious and they are so pretty. So yeah, oh, I'm so happy, and oh my God, they are amazing, and thank you very much. I was really touched and really emotional because it's a wonderful community. And I talked a few months ago about an article of the founder of Reddit, where he talks about how he was surprised with the needlework community, and how among all the communities, sport communities, and other craft, the needlework community was very special, and really support each other and really love each other. And how he says something like, someone shows a little stitchy stuff because he doesn't understand anything about it, and everyone is saying give them their support and their love, and it's amazing. It's one of the most loving communities, and of course we are. So thank you again, Lily. It's a lovely, lovely gift, and I mean, I have all the call for flosses. I will have to start this. It's not me, it's the destiny. So yeah, I probably will start this. And I was looking in my stash, and I have a piece of fabric. So what do you think? I dyed this fabric, so it's perfect. It's perfect. It's the destiny. I have the fabric, and now the beautiful chart and the flosses. So what can I do? What can Johnny do? So yeah, that's my report for the week. I hope I can be a little entertained for you while you are stitching. Let's stitch more. Let's put beauty in the world with our stitching and sharing, and making these beautiful pieces of art. And yeah, so I will have to go to stitch more, to prepare more projects, and yeah, enjoy your time. Take care of yourselves and your families. Give a big hug and kiss to your mom, and if you have it, and if not, remember her with all your love. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye. Happy stitching.